Deepak Fertilizers is in the spotlight on the back of what's been a fairly good set of numbers. Sailesh Mehta is the Chairman Managing Director who now joins us on the show to discuss the quarterly performance. And let's begin, Mr. Mehta, by breaking down the numbers across your segments and what is the outlook then for FY24?
Sure. So just to share the good news in terms of the last 12 months, because we just finished our board meeting evaluating that. And there I must share the good news that, our revenues have jumped by around 47%. And we have crossed the landmark of 11,000. So it's around 11,300 odd crores. And so also in terms of profits for the whole of last year, they have jumped by around 77%. There again, we have crossed the landmark of 1,000 crores. And, we've touched almost 1,220 crores odd. So enthused by the results of the last year, the board have recommended the highest ever dividend, which is 100%. So coming to Q4 and then going forward, having said that, one of the biggest takeaways that we have seen in the last year is that despite raw material price hikes almost 60 to 80%, and corresponding finished good prices that also went up substantially last year, we had no demand destruction. And that is, very strongly validating these fundamental aspects that all the three businesses, fertilizers, mining chemicals, and industrial chemicals, all the three businesses are beautifully aligned with the India growth story. And that is something which we see as a fundamental strength.
Now, specifically, the ammonia plant expansion was supposed to get commissioned in Q1 FY24. What is the status of that?
So it is as what we had shared earlier, that it is completely on track, and it's in the last leg of commissioning. So definitely within this Q1, we should be commissioning the project. And that is going to have a massive, I would say, fundamental risk mitigation for the rest of the businesses besides the margins, because the vagaries of the ammonia prices, that we saw last year is something that is going to be now insulated, for the group, thanks to the large ammonia project. And that project is going to be supplying almost 100% of our total requirements that are there. So it's going to be something that will bring in a lot of stability. So now we will be from end to end, ammonia to all the downstream. The value chain will be captured in the group itself.
Mr. Mehta, could you detail out to us what would be the impact perhaps of delayed monsoon that the IMD and SkyMet have been talking about? And if at all that El Nino impact does take place, what would it do to your fertilizer segment?
So basically what we are seeing is there are mixed feedbacks. The IMD says that, it's going to be 96% of the long-term average, whereas SkyMet is saying 94. We are looking at that closely. But somewhere they are saying that it's probably going to hit in a little later part of the season. So for Maharashtra, where rains are expected from mid-June, we should catch the early season. And of course, we are recasting our, complete sales and distribution planning to have more of the irrigated areas as our market in the coming Kharif. So we are looking forward to, managing the scenario in that fashion.
Coming to the demerger, where do you stand in terms of the completion of the demerger, and what is the expected listing date for the subsidiaries?
So basically what we are seeing is now we are just, in the midst of the NCLT processes. And that part of it, the typical time that it takes, we are expecting maybe June, July, when we expect to resolve all those aspects. In terms of listing and all, it is going to be, of course, linked to the growth plans. It's going to be linked to somewhere, interests of strategic investors that are emerging. So we will, merge that with the strategy of growth for each of those segments.
Rupee is its lowest level since 20th of March. Okay. What is the peak demand level you're looking at? Can you also give us, can you also bifurcate the debt between the segments?
So broadly, peak debt could be something around 4,000 odd crores, but, we will have a healthy 2.5x net debt to EBITDA. So that will be a comfortable state all through. And we are having a run rate of around 400-450 crores of EBITDA per quarter. So, we are in a very good shape. Basically, the two major investments that we have taken up, one is the ammonia project that we talked of, which is actually the key raw material for all the three segments, the fertilizer business, mining chemicals, and industrial chemicals. So that's one investment that we have taken up. And the other is technical ammonium nitrate, which is, purely focused on the TAN business, that is a mining sector that is there. So those are the sectors that we are seeing a lot of promise. And of course, ammonia as a raw material, coming into the group fold will be a huge risk mitigator for all the three businesses as we go forward.
Okay, Mr. Mehta, we'll let you go on that note. Thank you so much for joining us. The